All right, Coach, you want to do just a brief opening statement?
Yeah, I mean, an awesome effort by our guys in an awesome environment. It was really cool. I mean, I think, playing here for the first time, I don't know if there's been any other really big-time college basketball, NBA preseason game, but for us, for the first kind of, big-time college basketball game, I think that the community really showed up, and I could see this, this becoming a great neutral site, for not only Arizona, but maybe other teams. So really cool to be a part of. I mean, I honestly didn't know. I hadn't been paying attention, but I thought that we could be walking into there was 1,000 fans. So that was fun. I mean, it was fun. I mean, Michigan State obviously travels well, and it was a great environment. And I'm just really proud of our guys because, a game like that, you learn so much. I mean, we came out, we started well, we were the aggressor. Kind of got flipped on us a little bit, but we hung with it and just found a way to make, winning plays down the stretch. And, it's not coaching. I mean, it was these two guys here next to me. I mean, they did an incredible job down the end, and I kind of ran out of ideas of plays to run. And, I always tell the guys, at the end of these games, it's amazing how often they come into simple fundamentals, whether it's a jump stop that leads to a back cut or a shot fake that you get fouled on, or, just stepping up and making a shot that when the defense breaks down. But a lot of times it's offensive rebounding, and I think that was evident today. So tons of respect for Coach Izzo. I mean, he's a legend, and from afar, a mentor of mine. So it was fun to compete against him.
Questions?
Did you see any similarities between this game and the Duke game, particularly with the way your team kind of held its resolve when the lead went away?
I mean, I don't know. I would have to really think about that. I mean, to get specific, but I mean, this is what I know. When you play a blue blood type program that's used to winning, the game ain't ever over. And you're going to have to find a way to win that thing 3 or 4 times. And you're going to have a lead. The next thing you know, you're going to be down. I mean, it's just I've been in too many of these games and you just got to stay the course. And our guys, I didn't feel like we panicked at all. And I think we got a lot of great things to learn from.
Was this the kind of game, Tommy, that you look at when, last spring you're recruiting these two guys, they've been through they've been through.
Listen, these dudes both played in national championships, and so like they've been through the wars, and I mean whatever. I mean I'm just lucky to coach them, and we're thankful they're on our side, and they've come in and they both had success at their previous place, but they've 100% bought into our culture, and they're 100% contributing to our culture every single day. So, I never sat there and overthought it a little bit. I knew when we're rolling out, this key just reminded me he's a dog, and I know that Caleb's a dog. I know that. So yeah. I mean, I haven't overthought that at all.
You've been pretty consistent in remaining patient with Jaden Bradley. Today hits the big shot. Was really good defensively. Just talk about.
I mean, listen. I mean, people have different strengths and weaknesses. I mean, JB's defense, on number 2 today, I mean, was incredible. And then some foul trouble starts dictating things happen, and I felt really comfortable with him on the court. I mean, when JB's on the court, I'm not looking for him to score 20 points or anything like that. I look for him to contribute to winning, and he does that every single time. And again, we're lucky to have him, and I felt really comfortable with him out there today. And he also had a drive where he kind of split a gap, and I don't know if he got fouled or not, but had a layup. So, in the crux of that game. So I'm 100% comfortable with JB on the court in long stretches for sure.
Keshad, have you played a lot of or practiced a lot at the 5? And what was that like adjusting to that down the stretch?
This guy, he do a great job of throwing all different types of scenarios out there. So I get little instances when I'm in there at the 5, but our preparation is second to none. Like we get it done. Yeah, any which way we got to do it.
And Caleb, Coach had mentioned about just kind of like leaving it up to you guys. End of the first half, they go on a little bit of a run. It gets it down to like 7, and Tommy just kind of goes like this. Is that like what you're glad to see from a coach, that he's not going to sit there and have to drop every single play?
Yeah, I mean, he knows what he's doing, and he trusts us out on the floor. And when you see your head coach not panicking, I mean, why would you panic? So, when we're in those situations, we practice those situations day in and day out in practice, and so we're comfortable in those type of situations.
Caleb, Coach Izzo said he thought the game was lost in the first 10 minutes tonight. You guys played out with a ton of energy. It's really noticeable. Was wondering what you can tell us about the energy you guys played with and how important that was for you guys to win tonight.
That was an emphasis for us to come out, strong, and kind of hit them in the mouth, and that's kind of our game plan every single game. Anytime we come into a game, we want to hit first. We're gonna take a few punches, but we're not gonna fall. If we do fall, we're gonna get back up. So, it's all comes down to execution and playing hard and toughness, and so that's what we did.
Was there, both of you guys really, you're in these situations, second half leads melting away, is there like a, sort of sense you have that you have to get done, it's on you guys, and did you, if so, did you develop it anywhere, along the way, or you?
I would say just the trust that we have in Tommy's game plan and the trust that we have in one another. It just really what leads to that win. Like, we just well connected, the strength that we have, like the bonds that we have on and off the court, that's all a result that shows it with these wins that we get in these tough games, But like I said, I know I could go all out because my brother got my back and I know I got their backs.
Both you guys, as Tommy said, both been in the Final Four. I mean, when you have a game like this, it's still a huge regular season game, but do you kind of feel like it's just, a game you've seen this kind of deal before? Does that help you at all, confidence-wise?
I mean, being in those situations, you know for a fact, like, it's hard to win those games, so whatever you got to do, you got to get done. Like, a lot of times you can't script nothing that goes on in games like this with two wonderful programs, especially two winning programs, So I know they got a lot of stuff that they do to try to win. We just got to stick to whatever we got to do.
Tommy, Coach Izzo mentioned that they started to deliberately foul or try to foul Umar to put him to the line, knowing that could be a weakness. Is that something that you think teams might try to exploit?
Well, they can. I mean, for sure. And Umar, has a lot of strengths, and maybe free throw shooting isn't always one of them. But we trust him, and I'm always going to give Umar a chance at some of that. Then one of the main reasons I did kind of switch our lineup towards the end is they switched theirs, and so they were playing number 25 at the 5. So I was like, let's get Key out there and give us a little more versatility on defense, and so I didn't want Umar to be kind of hung out to dry on some of the ball screen defenses we were trying to do. So that was the main reason, and I trust O's going to make those free throws. And another guy, Big Mo Crevis, I think he's going to really help us down the stretch of these games. He can really shoot free throws, and maybe today was kind of the first time I saw him maybe a little bit timid. And listen, he's been awesome. And these guys know how good he is for a freshman, but you're going to hit some struggle, and so I felt a little more comfortable with Key down the stretch of the game, and he gets an offensive rebound putback, makes free throws. I mean, I'm thankful he made me look good. And
you guys hit a lot of back cuts in the first half. Did Michigan State do something to take that away?
Well, we kind of, these guys are on the court, they'll have a better feel for it than I did. We kind of, picked some things up in scouting, and, we're a team that's, we like cutting and moving, and we had a good little stretch here. I think we had like 3 or 4 back cuts in a row, and then I think they made some adjustments, and, we've got to get better. We've got to get better. I can't wait. We have 9 days to get better now. And, some of their ball screen coverages, we weren't great at attacking, and so we always take pride in kind of being able to kind of figure those things out, and today, maybe when we go back and look at the their ball screen defense versus our ball screen offense, maybe they were a little bit better. And so I think we can make a big jump in that area. And the cuts worked early, and then they kind of went away because they maybe got a little stickier. But maybe that caused a few other things to open up. I don't know. I'll have to watch it.
What did you guys think, Caleb and Q? What did you think about that, or anything else they were kind of taking away in the second half when they went down a little bit?
Well, during the course of the game, no team is just going to let somebody do the same thing over and over again. They're going to make adjustments. So as they adjust, we adjust. And, we was kind of the aggressor in the first half, and, they kind of, made their adjustments and, switched it up. So we had to, switch up our game plan a little bit, and, we had to go to what was working.
Yeah, and I think, the thing that I felt is these guys did a great job on their own, kind of refusing some ball screens. And, the way they were, they're big, being up a little bit on the ball screen, and their guards really fighting over. Maybe their guards were maybe a little bit early, and our guys did a good adjustment, like, kind of going away from that pressure. And I think we picked up some fouls, and, you might not realize those fouls early in the second half, but eventually they lead to the bonus. And, and we're a team we're comfortable, pounding teams at the free throw line. We have no problem with that.
Was the floor slippery? looked like there were a couple times, Keshad, where maybe you slipped. Was there perspiration from maybe like the ice underneath? Did you notice anything?
I mean, it was just a couple of instances where the floor was slippery, but we got the slip mats on the sideline. You can't afford no excuses, like, you know, wipe your shoes and get back to playing basketball.
Tommy, how important is it to have a guy like Caleb who wants the ball at the end of the half, wants to shoot those free throws?
I mean, it's really comfortable. I trust he's going to be aggressive, you know, and he's done it over the course of his career, and he's done it already at Arizona. And I only think he's going to get better, you know, and we'll get better, put him in advantageous situations. And, you know, I'm also, Kylan and Jaden are growing there as well. Pella's growing there as well, playing good late in clocks, you know. I thought Kylan had an awesome start to the game, then maybe, you know, maybe did a little bit extra. So I can't wait to see how we can help him when he starts to feel it like that, kind of simplify, drill down on what he wants to do and be a little bit more efficient. And you know, I think he can have some really explosive games.
That's what I was kind of going to ask you. He had the consecutive shots that were, it looked forced, and then from there on out, he kind of disappeared a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, maybe they really took him out. I'll have to go back and watch. Maybe they really locked onto him and really didn't help on him much. And he'll learn how to handle it. I mean, again, he's a young player playing in big level games, and he's a really good player. So I just look for him to continue to get better and better with a little more experience.
Tommy, you saw a lot of different sides of AJ Hogard, who can be forced and can be inconsistent. I'm just wondering what your assessment of what you saw.
Well, listen, we trust our size. What I really trust is these guards fighting their asses off on ball screens. I mean, like these guys must have got screened 50 times tonight. They were. I don't think many of them were illegal. I might have been begging for a few illegal ones here, just trying to hope to get lucky. But I mean, they were setting really hard screens, and these guys were fighting over the top of them, and they were, you know, playing really aggressive downhill. And I thought we had a lot of, you know, we call rear view contests today, the kind of contesting from just in our recoveries. And you know, if you can do that with effort, and we could trust our bigs down, you know, that puts a lot of pressure on teams to make, you know, tough shots. And I thought we did that to both those guys today, and they're both really good players, and they're going to make a few. But I think at the end of the day, maybe the difference was they didn't make quite as many as they needed to.
Tommy, knowing you love the big picture, and I know you're trying to get this team, you know, built for later in the season, postseason, et cetera. But you do come out of the gate pretty strong. You still haven't lost in November. What's up with that?
Well, it's been great. It's great. Maybe by the time I get to courtside, you know, on the drive back, we'll, you know, I'll have a better answer for you. So, no, I'm happy for these guys. These guys love playing in big games. You know, we're a big game program, and so we're not going to shy away from any of these moments.
But do you feel like just in the preseason or the early games that there's a particular way you're able to get these guys to kind of bond and play together?
I mean, listen, we work on our culture every day. I thought we had a great day spending some time on the culture yesterday. We had a nice little culture stuff today, you know, that we kind of keep internal. And, you know, these guys do an awesome job, you know, with an old fuddy-duddy like me, you know, preaching and talking about culture and different activities. And, you know, I don't know if they roll their eyes sometimes, but they do a great job participating. And I want them to know what it means to play at Arizona. And so we spend a lot of time talking about the legacy that we've inherited and what this program means to our community. And these guys put their heart and soul into it, and I think they got the ability to dig a little bit deeper when they have to, and so I'm proud of that.
Will there be
One more question.
any days off during this 8-time day off, or is it all lab work?
Hey, by the time we get to courtside, I'll figure that out. You know, so.
Do you guys have Thanksgiving dinner yet, or you might?
Nope, no.
This weekend, or
We
not?
can't wait to get back on the bus and enjoy a good ride home, and then, you know, we'll probably have Thanksgiving the next couple of days. We'll all get together and kind of hang out and enjoy each other's company.
Thanks, guys.
Thank God.
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.